Hi guys, it's Modesty. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with a makeup tutorial. This makeup tutorial is a all drugstore fall makeup look and I love it. I was going to film this earlier today, but I had the hardest time picking out a lip color. So thank you for everyone who suggested a blood red lip. I love how it looks. It looks so good. It just still looks good. Anyway, so I went on Snapchat today and I asked you guys what video you guys want me to film. I gave you a whole list of them and most of you said that you want to see an all drugstore fall makeup look. So here I am with that video. I'm just so obsessed with this look. It's very fall. I really wanted like a deep gold going on to like a burgundy. I thought it would look so cool instead of doing like a white gold. I really wanted like this deep eye, but with like barely any browns, mostly just like reds and golds, and then just a few transition shades, and then pairing it with a blood red lip. I am so pleased with it, and the fact that it is all drugstore, I mean, that's a winner right there. So just so you know, this is a drugstore brand, but it's like sold online. This is the, I know it sounds like so strange, but like if you would go to Ulta, this palette is so inexpensive. I use the J.Cat's Sunset Boulevard 24 eyeshadow palette. I will link it down below. It is so inexpensive and it's so good. I love it. It's so pigmented, you guys. So here are the shades. I used, as you can tell, this one and then like this gold and everything. So this is the palette that I used for the eye look today. This is actually cheaper than a lot of NYX palettes, so it is definitely in the affordable range. Anyway, so let's just stop rambling and let's get into the makeup look.
Alright guys, so we are going to go into the J.Cat's Sunset Boulevard eyeshadow palette, and I'm taking that shade right there. It's just a really good beginning transition shade. I'm taking this on my Sonia Kashuk blending brush. I got this in like a holiday set or something on clearance for like 25 bucks. It was a deal. Anyways, I'm going to be going back and forth in sweeping motions and circular motions just to distribute that product evenly in my crease, above my crease, and on my lid. Not all the way on my lid, but you know, down a little bit. I do go back in a couple of times just to build that color up because I want it to be nice and pigmented. You can go as light as you want or as dark as you want. It works really well. They blend out really well, so you don't have to worry about it becoming too choppy or anything like that. I love these shadows. They blend really, really nicely. I did go back in the palette and pick up one shade darker. I'm sorry I didn't show it. I totally forgot what I was doing for a second there and didn't show the color, but just go one shade darker and you'll have the right color. Alright, now we are taking yet another brown. This one is nice and warm without being too warm, and we're going to keep building up that crease until it is a little bit more defined and smoky. And by the way, I'm still using that same brush. I just keep wiping it off in my quick switch from BH Cosmetics. I actually need to get some more of that. That stuff is so good. It's just like the Vermona I forget what it's called. Anyways, it cleans off your brush while it's dry so that you're not mixing colors together, and it's really, really useful. So I'm just building up my crease, and I'm going to be bringing it further inwards to really build up that warmth in my crease and all over my lid. Now we're going one to the right. We're picking up this reddish brown. We're just building up those crease shades. We're going a little darker, a little darker, a little darker. But because this one is a little bit more darker, I'm taking my Sigma E45, which is a tapered blending brush, and I'm going to be putting this into my outer V and my crease, but mostly in my outer V. After I've applied the pigmentation with this brush, I do go in with the original blending brush just to blend it out even further to make sure there is no harsh lines and is nice and seamless. I am applying a little bit more of the shade with this brush just so that I just really want to soften everything up a little bit with having more pigment, if that makes sense. I don't want it to look too harsh, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm making sure I fully blend that out. And I'm going in with this darker brown, and I'm going with the Sigma E35. It's a long-haired, natural-haired brush, so this is going to... My microphone cut me off. It's going to apply the pigmentation a lot more softly. It's going to be a softer application is the best way to describe that. But really the end goal here is to really build up that outer V. As you can see, it's really nice and pigmented on the outer V, and it's also nice and pigmented in the crease, but it's more diffused. Alright, we are moving on to the lid now. I'm going to be taking this gold shade and I'm applying it with my F70 from Sigma. The F70 is technically a concealer brush, but I use it as a all over lid shade, usually when I'm using shimmers, and I did use some Fix Plus to help the shadow adhere to my lids and to make it more foil looking. And you are going to apply this on the inner half of your eye, and we will be repeating the process on the other side. And we're taking this ruby red and doing the same process, but we're doing it on the outer half of the eye instead of the inner half. So it's going to be like halvesies. And I'm bringing this all the way up to my crease, but not going above my crease. If you want to go back and forth, you can. Basically, if you let this dry, like let the Fix Plus dry it and then go over it again, it'll make it look a little bit more smooth, I feel like, instead of chunky, but that's just my opinion. So now I'm going back in with my definition shades, and I'm taking them in on a pencil brush to really deepen up that crease, and then I'm blending that out with a E35 again, just so we don't have any harsh lines. And next, we will be moving on to eyeliner. I'm doing a wing. I'm sorry you don't see all of it. I have to get really close to my mirror, so it's really hard for me to determine whether I'm in frame or not. Also mainly because, well, at least being in focus, because mine doesn't have autofocus, so, you know, if I move a little forward, it's blurry. If I move a little back, it's blurry, so most of the time you just don't see me apply it. And then I'm going to be going in with a few coats of a mascara. We will be applying false lashes later, but I like to finish the rest of my face first, so I'm going in with some primer. This is the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot. This is a really good mattifying primer. I don't know why I went in with a mattifying primer and a dewy foundation, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. It's just what I did. And right here I was testing out a new foundation brush, which you guys have already heard that I'm not a fan of. This was pre-filmed, and yeah, that's why you'll see me switch to something else instead, because I don't like this brush. So anyways, I'm going to be applying it with my finger on my face because just that brush took away all of the coverage. I'm going in with this, can't remember the brand. You can get it off of Amazon or Pick 6 Deals. It's supposed to be like one of those toothbrush type artiste brush things. I like it. It's a little too stiff for me, but it was better than what I was using before. And at this point, my foundation brushes were so dirty, you guys. I had nothing to use. But they're clean at this point, so we're good. And now I'm going in with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This is the Bright Future one. And then I go over top of that with the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer. That way I'm getting some color correcting, and then I'm also getting some highlighting in there so that I look nice and bright under my eyes, and I'm blending that in with my Beauty Blender. I am setting that with my Flower Beauty powder in the shade L01. It's okay. I used to hate this powder, but then I realized I was just too pale for it, but now it's okay. I am now going in with the Wet n Wild brow pencil. I really like this, you guys. I wish there was a spoolie on the end of it, but you know, I'll get over it. This is actually in the shade dark brown, so their shades run a little bit light in my opinion. But I like it. It's pretty good for the drugstore, and I think it was like $3, so you can't really beat that. So I'm just going ahead and doing my normal brow routine. Alright, with the brows done, we are moving on to the face. We are going to be contouring using this Wet n Wild contour palette. I think this is one, it's something toffee. I had to get the palette that was a little bit darker because my old one was starting to look a little too muddy on me. Not muddy, but just gray, because I am a lot tanner now. And I was trying out a new Maybelline brush that I wasn't a fan of also, so I went in with my Ida brush because I love this thing to death. But, you know, you don't have to use a NARS brush to contour. It's just what I had in front of me that wasn't the other brush I was using. I really like this palette. It's really good for medium to deeper skin tones. And now I'm just going to go ahead and contour my nose as well. Get it snatched. I cannot take myself seriously when I say that. I'm trying, you guys. I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm contouring my nose, and then I did contour my lower lip to make it look poutier, and then I'm taking another brush to go on my forehead with to make it look a little bit more bronze. Now I'm taking the yellow banana powder. that is in that same palette, and I'm brightening my under eye, and I'm going to be brightening the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and underneath my contour just to clean it up a little bit so we have a nice sharp line, as you see right there. See, it looks nice and bright underneath, and it looks nice and contoured and chiseled right there. Now I'm taking the Fox in a Box blush from Hard Candy in the style Truth or Dare. I'm using my Morphe E4 to apply this. Now that I'm watching this back, I think this blush is a little too pink for this look, but I still like the blush. It blended out really nicely, and it was nice and pigmented. Now I'm going with 2 highlighters today. I'm going in with one that's very subtle. So I'm taking this, I'm kind of treating it like the ambient lighting from Hourglass, and I'm going to be going all over my cheek area with this Accentuate Highlight brush. And then I also take it on my forehead, really anywhere that I want to look luminous without having glitter. I'm going in, and then I'm topping it off with my cheekbone highlighter, which is from Wet n Wild. I think this one is in Precious Petals, I'm pretty sure. And I'm using my high cheekbone highlighter from Sigma. This is a really good brush, you guys. I love it so much. I'm now moving to my e.l.f. contour brush. It's very small and precise to highlight the bridge of my nose because I don't want it to just be everywhere. I want it to be really nice and precise, and to get a detailed highlight on my Cupid's bow. Now moving on to my lower lash line, I'm taking every blending shade that I used on the top, and I'm putting lower. That's why I'm not really showing you the shades again, because just all the blending shades you used, start out with the darkest, go to the lightest, smoke out your lower lash line, and then I go ahead and I pop some gold onto my inner corner on the lower lash line just to balance out my eyes. Basically, I want it to match from the top and bottom. So I have the more reddish browns on the outer part, and I have the gold on the inner part. Then I'm taking a fluffier brush just to smoke everything out underneath. I'm just using, I think, a skin tone shade to smoke all of that out. And then to add in a little bit more darkness, because it did disappear, I'm going with a pencil brush to do this. Alright, now to coat the lower lashes with some mascara, I'm taking my L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. I really like it. I still like it better than the Lash Paradise. I mean, the other Lash Paradise is good, but this is my ride or die. I'm now highlighting my brow bone using the Precious Petals from Wet n Wild. I've mentioned this before, I like my brow bone highlight to match my cheek highlight. I just think it looks balanced. And then we're going to be popping on some false lashes. These are the Kiss lashes in the shade, I think, Poised or Posy or something like that. They're like natural, but they're like fluttery. So the outer part is longer than the inner part, and they're really inexpensive. You can get them at Walmart. Now I'm going to be lining my lips with a ColourPop lip liner. I wanted to use a Wet n Wild one, but it didn't really match my lipstick as much as I wanted it to. So I'm going with the ColourPop one. I can't really remember the shade of this one. I'm sorry about that. But I'm contouring my lips a little bit to make them look fuller. So when you line them like this, you can make your lips look a little bit bigger, excuse me, not better, when you go over top with the lipstick. I'm taking the Milani liquid lipstick in the shade Devoted, I'm pretty sure. I will have it down below if I'm incorrect on that, but this is a nice pretty blood red. And then you set your face with some setting spray, and that is it.
Alright guys, so that's it for this makeup tutorial. I'm sorry about these swatches. They're lip stains, and I've just done everything I can and they won't come off. Anyway, so I really do hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you are returning to my channel, if you've already been subscribed, thank you so much for returning and for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. And I think that's everything I want to mention. So I really hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Hello, fall, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.